we live? We are live. Good evening, Queens. Guess who? Guess who? Guess who? Guess who? It is I, Queen Jona. I'm excited. Happy New Year, ladies. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We got all this new stuff popping up here. I haven't been back here in a minute. Anyway, welcome to 2023. I'm back. I took a little break, a little bit, just kind of wanted to regroup and see what God wanted to do about the Queen Network. And we do have a couple of guys in here as well. They're hiding, but they're in here. Um, Key frame rate too low. Not quite sure what that means. Don't have time to focus on it. We'll check it out later. It's saying action needed. If anybody knows what that means, holler at a queen. Anyway, guys, for me, it's about accountability in 2023. If some of you need support in the area of being accountable, I'm going to be going live at least once a week, and I'll tell you why in a second, and what I'm going to be going live with. And you want to come along with me on this journey? I'm going to invite you on. Okay, this is driving me crazy. I know I'm a female, and all I'm sitting up here thinking about, girl, where are your earrings? Because I just took them off because I was on two Zooms back to back, and they were bothering me. But I ain't too proud, child. I'm finna put them back on. Because I'm gonna look at this video and be going, girl, where's your earring? What did you do with your earrings? Anyway, y'all know how we are. So anyway, this is saying too low FPS. Let me make sure my volume is up too, because sometimes that's a trip. That's brightness. And the volume is up. Okay, awesome. Ooh, that light is bright behind me over my dining room table. Anyway, I can adjust that later. But anyway, guys, I have a lot. My life is very fruitful. And so what I thought about, I was like, God, how do I get all of this done? And I need strategies and systems in place to be able to get everything done that you called me to do. And I just heard the Holy Spirit say, just one thing a week, Jonah. One thing a week. And so my three areas of those one things are my professional, my consulting company, ministry, and personal. So technically it does come out to three things a week, but only one thing is needed to be completed in each one of those areas. And so I brought this beautiful, and there was something else I wanted to say, Holy Spirit, bring it back to me. But I brought this beautiful planner. I don't know if you guys see it. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful planner. And I sat down today doing brunch because I had some meetings I was getting ready for and all that good stuff. And I finished the first part of this journey for accountability for me. And I'm going to do it here in the Queen Network, because maybe someone else like me, you feel like you have a lot of things to do. You may feel overwhelmed. Oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. You just brought it back to me. Something that I realized about being held accountable. I have great friends that we hold each other accountable just in our conversations on a daily basis. But then I had one friend, she and I, every single week, one day a week, we would get on the phone, usually on Wednesdays, for about an hour, and we would hold each other accountable to the task that we said we were going to do. And it's been, I don't know how long we've been doing it, well over a year. And we've accomplished quite a bit. Then there's a group that I'm a part of that every single Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we would jump on Zoom and check in, give accountability. But here's what happened. Everybody started manifesting things. In fact, we just had a check-in tonight because everybody's so busy. People started buying properties, houses. One of our accountability partners just bought a Maserati. Like, you know what? We got people moving in new homes and cars and starting courses and jobs. And I mean, I think somebody threw a number out there that we probably manifested well over $1 million in fruitfulness. Okay. Some people did some things they had never done before, going live for 90 days in a row, and just what they wanted to do. But here's what happened. All of that accountability, and we started manifesting things, we started getting so busy we couldn't make the accountability session on On Thursdays, I have an appointment over here. I'm not going to be able to jump on today, guys. But we kept fighting for it, fighting for it. So we had one. We hadn't had one in a long time. We had one on Thursday, I think, that we jumped on. Just a couple of us jumped on real quick. And then the goal is to try to find a better day. So there was a poll put into our chat to say, okay, is weeks better, are weekdays better, or weekends better? And so we just got off of an impromptu, which I just felt led to tell our leader. I was like, who kind of started the group. I was like, just do an impromptu to see who can jump on over the weekend and see if we can pull something off. And sure enough, we had quite a few on there tonight. So that was great. But what those two accountability check-ins taught me was that we can't do this alone. I have great friends, network, male and female, that support me in different areas. And there's a joke that I was telling my girlfriend. I was like, I must be a complex, a complex female, because there are different people in my life for different reasons. And that I said, I'm very content in every space, ministry, professional, and even personally as a woman, because I have all these different freeds and they all feed different parts of me. So Jona's not lacking in any area, right? In the season that I'm in right now, and I'm quite content with that. Not comfortable, but content. And so as I was moving to this, I was looking at my list and I started thinking about how this list got so long, guys. It got long because I started manifesting things from all of this other accountability. So here's what I want to do. Every week I'm going to check in here whether someone shows up or not. I don't even know I think I'm sitting this inside the group. I didn't want this on my personal page. So whether anyone shows up on here or not, I'm going to be here to check in and share with you my one thing that I've accomplished for this week. And the one thing I want to put in front of you right now is my new website. I have two people that I'm interviewing this week about who I want to complete the website. Got the URL and all of that, but it's the website. That's all I'm going to focus on this week is the website. So that for me, it would probably fall under my professional. The one thing under the ministry is to revamp the economic empowerment ministry with new members. We've got some people who want to sign up, and we've got some people who haven't been quite as active as they could have been. And so it kind of discouraged me a little bit the latter part of the year. But I said, you know what? Maybe it's just time for new blood or revised blood, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to make phone calls to the committee this week to see those who still want to be a part. If not, we're going to build with the new people that we have. So that's ministry. That's and the website is more my professional. And for my personal goal, it's about me reorganizing my days. Guys, I do a lot of projects and all these different areas, and I'm reorganizing my days. I started this weekend by doing certain things on the weekend and then certain things Monday through Friday. So those are my three things. I'm going to come back and talk to you next week to see how it goes. If you want to add your one thing in the comments, please do. I would love to hear it. Would love to hold you accountable. And so here's why I started off. If you have your planner, bring your planner to the replay. And it'll probably be Sunday nights too, because that's a better night for me. So how my planner starts is awareness and self-discovery. What is the vision for the life that I want? Committed to purpose. I want to be committed to a purpose-driven, God-centered life. A loving purpose partner. My people. When you guys hear me say my people, people that are assigned to me, to support the purpose, and living in the overflow of financial freedom, impacting others to do the same. What are my core values? I wrote down, and it's probably not all of them, but as I was just kind of doing a brain dump today, what are my core values? Integrity, honesty, consistency, reciprocity. What else I got on here? Order and freedom to the kingdom. I just believe that I'm really called, and I think that I've got this in my notes somewhere. I'm called to bring order to chaos. I find myself in situations like that all the time. I get pulled in as project manager or program manager. Guys, I have almost 30 years in information technology in the IT space, and as a program and a project manager. And usually when I get added to a project, it's because there's issues going on with the project. and I tend to bring order to chaos. So I want to do that for the kingdom. Where there's disorder in the kingdom, in the area of finances and even in the area of relationships, I want to walk in purpose in bringing that order to that space. What am I passionate about? What brings me joy? Educating others, bringing order to chaos, serving kingdom leaders, impacting others. What is my life's purpose? What is my mission? To bring freedom to the masses in the area of their finances and their relationships. Somebody's trying to call me. Mary, I'll be off in a second. What and who should I avoid in order to live a happier and more fulfilling life? Let's see. What and who should I avoid? People who bring distractions. People or things that are none of my business. So that's what I have to avoid. People who bring distractions and people or things that are none of my business. Okay? What am I grateful for? And this is under the title of Daily Rituals. I'm grateful for peace, freedom, and a supportive network of family and friends. And I started writing some affirmations here that I tend to say a lot. I may not say them all at the same time, but if I feel like the enemy is trying to attack me in a particular area, I just start, affirming who I am. I am loved. I am free. I am accepted of the beloved. I am powerful. I am purposefully partnered, fearfully and wonderfully made. And then the last one is things I need to remind myself. And here's what I said. That I was purposed and gifts placed in me before I was placed in my mother's womb. I was purposed and gifts were placed inside of me before I was placed in my mother's womb. I need only to complete one thing personally, professionally, and ministerially a week. And so that's what I'm going to start off. And so next week I'm going to come back, talk to you about this website that I hopefully will have chosen one of the two people to design my new website. And I'm going to make the phone calls to the ministry that I head up to revise it. And my personal, what did I say my personal was, guys? I forgot. I need to write it down in my book. My personal was what? The reorg of my week. What I'm going to do on the weekends versus what I'm going to do Monday through Friday. I already started that already. And already I'm ahead of the game. Because there are some things that I should have been doing on the weekend that I was trying to do Monday through Friday. And it was overlapping other things. And it was really starting to cause me frustration. So that's it for me. Queen Jona signing out. What one thing are you working on that you want to accomplish this week? How about you be accountable to the Queen Network like I am? Guys, have a great week. See you next Sunday. Bye.